Some mysteries are just on another level, the kind that can stump even the sharpest minds at the FBI. And that's exactly what we're diving into today, a case that left the FBI's top codebreakers scratching their heads for years, all because of a mysterious note found in a dead man's pocket.
So picture this. It's June 30th, 1999, a field in Missouri. The body of a 41-year-old man, Ricky McCormick, is discovered. Now that's already a tragedy, right? But the real mystery, the thing that would turn this into a legendary cold case, wasn't just how he died. It's what the police found in his pockets. 2 handwritten notes, just scribbled with this bizarre, totally unreadable code.
Okay, so when you're digging into a famous cold case like this one, where's the first place you'd go? Well, for me, the most logical spot is the source, right? We're talking about the FBI. They were the ones leading the charge to crack this thing, so you'd think their files would have the whole story.
Which brings us to our first big question. Where is the official FBI case file on these notes? I mean, this isn't some obscure case. The FBI actually went public with it back in 2011, asking for help from amateur sleuths everywhere. It was a huge deal. So finding the page on their own website should be a piece of cake, right?
Okay, let's do it. We're going straight to the horse's mouth, FBI.gov. We're looking for that official page, the one on their unsolved ciphers, specifically the one all about Ricky McCormick.
And bam! Right out of the gate, we hit a brick wall. The official page, the one that's been linked in like a million news articles and online forums, it's just gone. A page not found error, a dead link. Seriously? How is that even possible?
And here's why that's so weird. The FBI's website, it's a massive digital archive. You can find everything on there. The 10 most wanted list, press releases, info on terrorism, cybercrime, crime stats going all the way back, the whole shebang. So for this one super high-profile public case to just vanish? Yeah, that feels like more than just a simple glitch.
All right, well, the official source is a total bust. So let's pivot. Let's try a different angle. If the FBI's own page has disappeared, surely the world's biggest encyclopedia, the one that has everything, will have the info we need. You know where we're going next? Wikipedia.
I mean, think about it. Wikipedia has detailed articles on the most random, obscure stuff you can imagine. So a famous, unsolved FBI mystery with its own uncrackable code, it's gotta have a dedicated page. It just has to. Let's see.
Okay, we're not going to mess around. Let's use the most direct search term possible. Notes found on Ricky McCormick. This should take us straight there, right? To the article that breaks down the whole case, the code, the investigation, all of it.
And you've got to be kidding me. Another dead end? Wikipedia literally says, Wikipedia does not have an article with this exact name. I mean, wow. For a case this famous, especially in true crime and code-breaking circles, this is just bizarre. It's like a digital ghost town. Okay, at this point, it honestly feels like the story is trying to hide from us. So, we need a new plan. Let's try a different tactic. If we can't search for the notes, maybe we can find the man. Let's just search for Ricky McCormick and see what happens.
And this is where things get really interesting. The search brings up a Ricky McCormick, but it's not our guy, not at all. The most famous Ricky McCormick, it turns out, is an American water skier. And not just any water skier. We're talking an 11-time world champion, a Hall of Famer. So all of a sudden, our whole search gets tangled up in this wild case of mistaken identity.
But then, wait a second. Right at the top of the athlete's page, buried in a little note, is this. A single sentence. It's not a full article, not by a long shot, but it's the very first real confirmation we found that our case even exists on Wikipedia. It's like finding a single footprint, a little ghost of a clue that points to a page that we already know doesn't exist. How weird is that? Okay, let's just pause for a second and think about what just happened here. We set out to investigate a famous mystery, right? And in the process, our little digital investigation has turned into a whole separate mystery of its own. I mean, let's just recap this wild goose chase. First, we went to the FBI's official website. Result, a dead link. Then, we searched Wikipedia for the notes themselves. Result, a page that doesn't even exist. And the only real clue we found was a tiny little note on the page of a completely unrelated person, a world champion water skier. The info isn't just hidden, it's shattered into pieces and scattered all over the place. And that's really the main takeaway. And it's absolutely fascinating. The whole enigma of Ricky McCormick. It's not just about that impossible code he was carrying. In our modern digital world, the case itself has become a kind of ghost.
The mystery is now twofold. There's the code, and then there's the bizarre, frustrating challenge of just finding the story in one place online.
So that leaves us with a pretty deep question to chew on. We live in this age where we think all information is just a click away, right? So what does it mean when a story, especially a famous one like this, just seems to evaporate online? It really makes you wonder, what's the real mystery here? The code that nobody can read, or the story that nobody can find?